I think the number one thing that really made me where I'm at right now was just showing up every single day and putting in that work, whether I had to clean the floor or the sidewalk, you know, or wipe something down or pick something up. It was just showing up. We don't take days off. I work 365 days a year.
We got weed, we got pre-rolls, we got vapes.
I love the hustle, I love the grind, I love the work.
El primer dispensario,
I love approaching people and having a conversation with people and telling them what we're doing, what we're about.
My name is Coss Marte. I'm the CEO and founder of Conbud here. I'm 39 years old and my business makes over $800,000 every single month.
Conbud is the first legal dispensary in the Lower East Side.
We have over 600 SKUs of any way, shape, and form you want to consume cannabis. We have budtenders here that are checking people out. We work with a kiosk system right now, so people order and filter through the kiosk here, place the order, ticket in the back gets printed, person in the back passes it through our windows in the front.
We hire people that have been justice impacted, directly people that have been incarcerated or had family members incarcerated. Right now we have 72 people working with us in the 4 locations that we have right now. It's a big, big community that's growing with us.
I still don't believe I wake up every day and I'm coming to get an actual tax-paying check for selling marijuana. It's crazy. I really don't believe it. I still don't.
So our monthly revenue is around 800K. So half of that, let's say 400K is a profit. So we got 400K of product, now we have 400 left. Now we have, let's say 20% of that is gonna go out to our labor, so about 100 grand. Now you have another 50, 60 grand in rent, utility bills, light, internet. We're putting FiOS in here, which is expensive. At the end of the day, we're running out of 13% profit margin. So from that 800K, we pretty much profit about 100,000. And that 100,000 is where ownership gets dividends. I'm 51% owner. My family members own about 27% each. And then we have a small minority stakeholder that has about 4% right now. It gets divvied up that way. Once that 100K is profit, I'm probably getting like 50K in profit. And then in that 50K, I gotta probably pay 30% of that in taxes. So, you know, at the end of the day, I gotta do a lot, you know, and there's opportunities there where I could do tax write-offs on vehicles and different office space and stuff like that. So that's a different part of the business where I have to sit down with an accounting, go through my expenses, cut stuff that I could, you know, tax write-off or I can't, and I gotta pay taxes on. That's how the system works. When I was a kid, people asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would say, I want to be rich. And so the first opportunity was through the world of drugs. So I started dealing weed. My first ounce at 13 years old, flipped that, made 300 bucks, and then just kept flipping and flipping and flipping. It was a service that blew up, and it took me down. You know, in 2009, I was sentenced 7 years in prison. Doctors told me my cholesterol levels were through the roof, and if I didn't start eating correctly or exercising, that I was gonna probably die within 5 years in prison. So that shook me up. I changed my life around, got fit, helped over 20 inmates, was over 1,000 pounds combined. I said, this is how I'm gonna get back to society in a more positive way. It was extremely difficult. I'm a 3-time felon. I have no money. I end up on my mom's couch. I have a kid that I have to support, and I'm trying to start a business. You know, so I used the stuff that I had around me. I went straight out to the park. I was doing all this all body weight boot camp. So I'm going up to females wearing yoga pants, telling them I'm doing this Conbody workout, come check us out. It's a prison style boot camp. I lost 70 pounds like this. It works. Originally, Conbud was born in 2021. I was on a phone call with my friend from Massachusetts, telling him, yo, I'm coming in, getting into this market, just brainstorming on what we were coming up with the name was, because I wanted to keep similarities to the gym, and then Conbud was born through our conversation. So I was following this law, and what they required was 2 years of a net profitable business and a conviction on your record. Now, how many people have that to qualify for a cannabis license? Not many. The business is only 4 of us. Myself, my 2 cousins that are partners, and a minority stakeholder, Carlos. And we raised money with Carlos and the money that we put up, and we built this. You know, it took us $1.2 million. And that was because the landlord, they put a big ticket price on your rent. The previous tenants that were here, Moscot, they were paying 25 grand a month. I was paying 40 grand a month starting. For somebody that's taking a risk, somebody that's coming into a new industry, this is a massive takedown. And the landlord wanted us to put a whole 10 months worth of rent down. You know, so I had a security deposit, $400,000. Because banks in America are not allowed to bank cannabis. So the breakdown of that 1.2 million startup capital that we had went on construction. Construction was $600,000. We had to restructure the whole place. A lot of the installations, kiosks, all that stuff, that all added about 600,000. Now we have about 400,000 in down payment for the landlord. That's $1 million, and now we have about $200,000 to work with. So when we were starting, it was a very tight position. Right now, 800K revenue, 13% profit margins, about 100K. The problem is that's not a big profit margin. Profit margins will increase as they legalize cannabis nationally. So a lot of the stuff that I could like tax deduct on employees, you know, all that stuff I cannot do federally. So I have to pay taxes on that. And so one thing that we're pushing is getting legislators to sign off on the Safer Banking Act. Safer Banking Act will allow us to bank on a regular bank, will allow us to tax deduct a lot of our employees and tax deductions. So that 13% will grow to 25% profit margins. I have multiple licensing deals, so the state allows us to take up to 20% of someone's business who has a license that's about to open. That allows me to partner up with different licensees and fund 20% of their business, and then allow them to do a licensing deal to call it Conbud. And that won't tap into my second location, third location. I see Conbud becoming force of nature to deal with in this industry. I feel like I could capture 25% of this New York State market. I'm working on a huge plan, and nobody's gonna stop me until I get there.